If you've seen the recent surveys, we've always been at the top.
Right.
IIMC is the numero uno of journalism schools in India.
Absolutely.
Media and entertainment industry is one of the biggest industries in India. It has reached 2.1 trillion. That's the size of the Indian media and entertainment industry. So the person who has, studied English journalism, the scope is endless.
Right.
Because my students, they go for reporting, they go for editing, they go for desk jobs, they go for field jobs. So our alumni network is very, very strong. If you come someday on the alumni meet, you'll find more than 1,500 journalists here.
Hello friends, we at EduTrendz are back at IIMC campus, and today we have another very accomplished and interesting personality with us. We are talking to Dr. Surbhi Dahiya. She is the course director of the program English Journalism. At the same time, she is also the faculty member at IIMCR. Also, she has presented many research papers at international levels. Not only that, she has also written a lot of interesting books on media. Let's welcome her and let's talk to her. Welcome, Dr. Dahiya. Thank you so much for taking out time for speaking to us. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you, and I hope the same for you.
Yes, thank you so very much. Let's begin the conversation by understanding about this program. When was it launched? How did the program come along? And what are the typical features of this program as if now today? If you could help us understand everything about the program in details, please.
So English journalism is the flagship program of Indian Institute of Mass Communication. Indian Institute of Mass Communication started way back in 1965.
Right.
So we are actually the pioneers, and English journalism course was the first one to begin for the students. And the niche about English journalism is that we believe in holistic development of the student, whether it is print media or it is electronic media or it is digital media or it is development journalism. We groom the students in reporting, in editing, in journalism and all the practical aspects of journalism. We try and make the student a one man or a one woman army.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, if we talk about the curriculum of this program, what's so special at IIMC about the curriculum that makes the program stand out?
So, first of all, I would like to say that IIMC, if you've seen the recent surveys, we've always been at the top.
Right.
IIMC is the numero uno of journalism schools in India.
Absolutely.
And we try to, make the students industry ready.
Mm-hmm.
In the curriculum, we cover communications first, because communication is the basic. We try and enhance the skills, communication skills, presentation skills, writing skills of the child. And then we focus on the journalism aspects, the critical thinking, reporting, how to write a good lead, how to proceed writing a story, what are the different types of leads, and how different kind of stories can be covered, written with different angles. We also teach them photography, photojournalism, how to edit, whether it's on the print or for the digital or for the electronic media, television or radio. So we teach them all everything that is required to be a very good journalist. And apart from that, we also try and brief them about the media industry in India, the size of the industry, how the print, what are the different segments of media industry, whether it is print or electronic or online gaming, digital, animation, VFX, or radio or music. So we try and give them insights on every industry in India related to media and entertainment, and also try to develop entrepreneurial skills in them, because we would like to produce at least one or two entrepreneurs from every class. If you remember, the Scoop Whoop is a venture by alumni of IIMC. Yeah.
Wow, very nice. So, if we talk about the program, how much of it is theoretical happening in the class? How much of it is on the job, industry exposure, or maybe industry, coming to the campus? How is it divided? The whole curriculum.
So we lay equal emphasis on theory as well as practical. So you can say in some of the subjects, the ratio is around 60-40 majorly, but we have two subjects which are purely, practical. For example, paper 5 and 6 are totally practical, like reporting, one full paper on reporting practical, one full paper on editing practical. So 100 marks each, maybe 50-50 in both the semesters. So we try and make the student industry ready by teaching them the practical aspects as well.
Right.
But at the same time, we believe that theory is also important because it lays your foundation, your theoretical implications and thought process can be generated from it.
Correct, correct. And how long is the internship period throughout the program?
So internship period is around 1 month.
1 month.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And most of the companies are coming to the campus for the internships.
Yeah, they come for placements actually. And this year, English journalism has had very good placements.
Oh, okay.
And I think more than 80% students are placed.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Very nice. And what is the average start salaries for these children?
I think starting is from 4-5 lakhs to 13-14 lakhs.
That's a very good return on investment, I must say that. Looking at the kind of fee that they are paying,
Yeah.
Versus the kind of start that they are getting.
Yeah.
Also, if you could help us understand that what are the different career prospects available to these children?
So the person who has, studied English journalism, the scope is endless.
Right.
Because my students, they go for reporting, they go for editing, they go for desk jobs, they go for field jobs, and they also go for corporate communication jobs since they are trained in communication. They also go for advertising and public relation jobs. I mean, I think 15 of my students have been placed in PR agencies this year.
Oh.
So they also get a good grooming in public relations, advertising, corporate communication. They also study government information systems. So they also work for government media organizations. They also work for think tanks, for policymakers. They work for they study development journalism also. Sometimes they choose to do rural journalism. They work for organizations like, say, Pari, which is a non-profit organization, which is
Social organization.
which is focusing on rural journalism.
Okay.
They also are well versed with digital journalism. We have a full-fledged paper on digital journalism where we have made sure that we include all the emerging technologies in media, whether it is artificial intelligence or it is a podcast or it is AR, VR, or mobile journalism. And since the last 5 years, we are also teaching them drone journalism and the legalities of drone journalism as well. So we try to, we invited people from Air Force. We invited people who are trained, drone journalism specialists to teach our students.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How different is digital journalism from, say, very conventional, traditional journalism 20 years back?
So in my opinion, journalism comes first. We try and make our students journalism ready. Technology, they can learn, but my students, I've always emphasized that story ideas are more important. Journalism is more important. The way you are doing it, the platform you are using it, whether it's print or electronic or digital. So we have become medium agnostic, right?
Correct.
And the industry has also gone, medium agnostic. We
Yes.
have integrated newsrooms.
Correct.
So you should do good journalism, and then technology you should learn so that you can work anywhere and everywhere.
Absolutely.
For
Absolutely.
anybody and everybody, and for yourself.
Correct. Correct. Is ethics a part of the curriculum? Because
very much, we have a full-fledged course curriculum on media laws, ethics, and regulations.
Yeah, because
Yeah. So
especially in
they,
the last few years.
yeah,
you
they
know,
study all the laws: print, electronic, digital,
correct.
ethics, regulations,
Right.
everything.
Because we are seeing a lot of tumultuous or turbulent times for journalism in the past few years,
Yeah.
wherein
No, we make sure that they study the laws very judiciously, because defamation. What is defamation? How can it impact
right,
their stories or their lives? What is contempt of court? What are the new digital guidelines, laws that are coming their way?
correct,
So they need to know everything about that.
right, right. Are there any short-term courses on English journalism in the institute?
So not really. We don't have any short-term courses in English journalism, but we do have short-term courses department, which in which we train or interact with the senior defense officers, Army, Navy, Air Force, NDRF, CPRS. I mean, there are so many courses that we do for government officials, for public relation officers, for NDRF. So the courses are for those people.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is the total fee for the entire program?
It's just 68,000 rupees, not much.
Oh,
But
that's really cheap.
yeah.
That's very, very affordable. I'm
So
sure a
Indian
lot of
Institute of
students.
Mass Communication is under Ministry of
Right.
Information and Broadcasting.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I'm sure that's very, very affordable for many, many children and students
I
in the
hope
country.
so. But we also have scholarship here. Those who
Okay.
can't afford it, we try and give them scholarship on merit cum means basis.
And how much is the scholarship of the tuition fee?
That depends, because the committee meets and we
Correct.
decide.
But up to what is the max limit that it goes up to?
I think 10, 12,000 or 15,000.
Okay.
Could be half the tuition fee also.
50%.
Could be 50%, could be a quarter percent, of that.
25%.
25%.
Wow. So the scholarships can be up to 50% of the
Yes.
entire total tuition fee.
Yes.
Very nice. Fantastic. And if we talk about, that how is this program, when you say it's making, industry ready, are these guys going through some live projects or case studies, during this program that give them the confidence that they are absolutely ready for the industry?
Yeah, very much. Our curriculum is case study based. For example, when we are talking about media organizations, we do case studies with them. Even I have, in this context, written 2 books. Indian Media Giants was one of the books that was released last year, published by Oxford. And I've done case studies on the Times Group, Hindustan Times, Hindu, Indian Express, Bhaskar, Jagran. And I've done a sequel to it, which has been released this year, published by Oxford itself. That book is called as Digital First Entrepreneurial Journalism in India, where I've tried to cover case studies on digital media houses in India, whether it is the print or it's the InShots, or so we try and teach them the business models as well. How do they do the content management? What is their strategic intent, enunciation, their vision, their mission? From where are the finances coming? Revenue and financial models.
Correct.
What are their mergers, acquisitions, and advertising, circulation, readership, viewership, audience. So everything we try and give them in a holistic manner, in a case study manner. And we also do live projects. For example, in ADPR, I headed the ADPR department also for 2 years. So we were making live campaigns for many people. For example, we made road safety campaigns for Ministry of Road, Transport.
Wow. Okay.
And my students got a prize from the ministry for 1 lakh rupees, which was distributed on the convocation day to them.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very
So,
nice. Who are some of the people who have passed out in the past few years and have really made a name for themselves?
So our alumni network is very, very strong. If you come someday on the alumni meet, you'll find more than 1,500 journalists here.
Wow.
And you have so many, big names
Correct.
from IIMC.
Right.
Supriya Prasad ji is from IIMC. There's so many,
so
people.
many.
You go to the industry and you find in every media organization,
Correct.
you will find an IIMC. And in every city, they have an alumni chapter.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the news for me.
So if you see the IMCA page, you will find that there are chapters, IMC chapters in
How
every
many
city.
chapters are there in India?
So the number of states, the number of chapters.
Okay, so roughly about 28,
Yeah,
29,
yeah.
yeah? Interesting, very, very
Yeah.
interesting.
You see the IMCA website, you'll get it.
I'm sure. Okay, interesting. And what are some of the I would say important skill sets that you believe that you need to have to be a successful journalist in life?
One, um, investigative skills.
Okay.
Two, communication skills. Three, writing skills. Right. Four, photography skills. Five, editing skills. Six, technical skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we believe in these 6, 7 skills.
Right.
Designing as well.
Designing as well. So could you help me understand what do you mean by technical skills?
Yeah, so that the person is well versed with all the softwares. I mean, he can use InDesign for designing a page. He should or she should know maybe Adobe Photoshop for cleaning a picture, editing skills. He should be able to shoot videos. He should be able or she should be able to edit videos.
Right.
Right. And also editing for print that we focus on. How to write a story, how to edit a story.
How is the industry looking like in terms of the opportunities, the jobs coming in the journalism in the past few years?
So for capable and good students, there is no dearth of jobs because media and entertainment industry is one of the biggest industries in India. It has reached 2.1 trillion. That's the size of the Indian media and entertainment industry. So you can well imagine that there are big sectors, segments where jobs are available. But the nature of the job is changing.
Yeah, it's
So
evolving.
we need to make the student industry ready in that sense. So we try and do that.
Correct. And are there more number of jobs for Hindi journalists or they are more for English journalists?
Well, this year we've had a better placement in English journalism.
Okay.
Yeah. But I feel that Hindi journalism is also very important since all our national channels are in Hindi.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is also very important.
Correct. Correct. And let's talk about what are the admission criterias and how should children go about preparing to enter into this institute?
So first, we used to have our own paper, and we used to go personally to various cities and various centers conducting the exam, and then it was evaluated, and then we shortlisted the students for interviews and group discussions, and after that we used to have in our classrooms very passionate students about journalism. But since COVID, and after that, it's for the last 2 years, it's through CUET only.
CUET.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's it.
All right. And the eligibility criteria for this program would be
Yeah, you should be a graduate in
from a valid
subject.
university
Yeah.
with any percentage.
Yeah, we'll have to check it in the CUET guidelines
Okay.
this time. So I would just like to say that if you take admission in IIMC, especially in English journalism, your future is in safe hands. And I would like my students to keep the EJ flag flying high.
Beautiful, beautiful. Last, question. How is the environment at IIMC? What is it that children should be looking forward to?
If I were a student, I would look at the diversity that we have here in IIMC because we have so many courses and all the students are from across the country.
Right.
So that diverse nature of IIMC makes the student more I would say a better person to
Right.
in his
Right.
life.
So students get to interact with all the
Yes.
other faculties and
Yes.
different programs.
Yes.
There must
We
be many
also train Indian Information Service officers, so
officers.
they're also here. We also train mid-level career journalists from developing countries, so they also keep coming here twice a year for 4 months. So that's also very diverse
That's a
from
great
the
exposure.
developing countries.
Yeah.
So they get to meet all of them.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving us time. It was really pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me here.